friends. Today we're drawing Stitch.
Stitch! There's a movie that's gonna come out too of Stitch. It's a live action Stitch movie.
In the movie, I think I saw a commercial where Stitch was stomping on sandcastles.
Oh no, how destructive! That's why we love Stitch, right? And for this one, it's going to be a pop-up one.
So we're gonna fold the paper in half. And just fold it. Crease. And then fold it back up with this flap.
That's right. So we're folding our paper in half and then take the top flap and folding that up to that halfway mark to make our pop-up surprise art sheet.
We're gonna draw an Easter egg now.
That's right.
Because Stitch is gonna be popping out of it.
Yeah. So we thought it would be fun to make a Easter egg and Stitch coming out of it, all destructive and Stitch-like. Yeah. So let's draw an oval. And we're gonna draw a big oval on this whole page and try to make it a little bit wide. And by the way, all you need are drawing supplies, like markers and paper. That's it. Okay, so let's draw a big oval. Can be like a circle too. Mine's a little flat, but that's okay.
Mine's a little lopsided.
Yeah. So this is our Easter egg. And then the important thing about these pop-up arts is you open the page and then bring a little bit of this Easter egg shell down beyond the little folded mark. And then we're going to draw a line across of it because that's where a stitch comes out of the Easter egg. And it has to be below that fold. And then same with the bottom. Bring it up a little bit beyond where it ended, where you drew it when it was folded. Yeah, and you can double check it by folding it again. And then make a straight line across.
Yep, you don't suspect anything.
Nope, it's gonna be a beautiful Easter egg on the outside. And then all of a sudden, Stitch will pop out. Okay, so let's get started with Stitch. For the Easter egg, you can decorate it however way we want. So we won't go in too much with that, but we'll have a different how to draw an Easter egg video on our channel too.
And this is one of the Easter eggs we were practicing. We might draw this one too.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so for Stitch, let's start with his nose. Okay, so right around that middle of the page, we'll draw a upside down triangle with rounded corners. So I'm gonna start with a curved line in the middle and then make that into a triangle shape.
That kind of looks like a beak.
Yeah, a little bit. So draw this beak kind of shape, everyone. And then Stitch has these nostrils. So we're going to draw a small curved line on either side of that nose. Those are the nostrils. And
I just thought of a question.
What is it?
What type of animal is Stitch?
Well, for those of you who have watched Lilo and Stitch, Stitch is an alien.
What?
And his official name is Experiment 626. Yeah, and then he lands in Hawaii where Lilo lives, and Lilo ends up naming him Stitch. All right, so now for the eyes. We're going to draw upside down U shapes, kind of like how you would draw an N, but make sure the bottom part is wider than the top part, okay? So we'll draw it big. So kind of to the side of the nose, I'm going to draw a curved line, kind of like a upside down U. Yeah. And then I'm going to connect it on the bottom with another curved line, so like a smiley face. Good job! And then we're gonna draw just like that on the other side too. Okay, now for his pupils, so the black part of his eyes, we're going to draw another curved shape, kind of like the big one that we just did, but a little bit wider, like this. And then connect that on the bottom too. Yeah. And then for the inside of his pupil, we're going to draw a small circle on the top right-hand side of his eyes. And then we're going to color in the rest. So don't color in that little small circle that you drew.
Oh, and our long friends, when she says everything, she doesn't mean this big part. She only means this part.
Thanks, Mia. Was that not clear? I'm sorry. Okay.
Not really.
And then we'll draw that same thing on this other side of the eye, right? And like Mia said, only color in that pupil part, not the entire eye that we drew. So a curved line and a smiley on the bottom to connect that.
And a little circle.
Yep, little circle.
Color it in.
You ready, Mia? Okay, Stitch has these wrinkles on top of his nose, so we're going to draw these upside down smileys on top. One a little bit bigger, one a little bit smaller on top of that. Yeah, good job. And then to finish off his eyes, we're going to draw what seems like eyebrows, but they're kind of like little eyebrow creases almost. So we'll draw another upside down smiley right on top of where his eyes were. Yeah. And then here's the fun part, his Stitch's mouth. This one we're gonna draw a wavy shape for his mouth on top. So I'll show you first, Mia. We're starting right beyond where his eyes ended. And we're drawing a smiley underneath and then bringing it up for a wavy and another smiley underneath, like this. So it ends up becoming this like wavy shape. So it's like a smiley, upside down smiley, and another smiley. Good! And then we'll connect that with a big smiley face, okay? So make sure you come down enough to clear the first line that we drew. Amazing! Now for his teeth, his instrument of destruction. Okay, so he has spiky teeth and they're triangular, kind of like shark teeth. But if you notice on Stitch, his front 2 teeth in the very middle are shorter than the ones right next to it. So we'll draw one triangle below his nose on the left side and another one on the right side. Yeah, and we'll do the same thing on the bottom. 1, 2, and then the ones right next to it are a little bit bigger. So draw a little bigger teeth next to it. And then we'll finish his mouth off with a few more teeth. Make it nice and spiky or cute, depending on if you think Stitch is cute or not.
I mean, he's kind of cute.
Yeah, he's adorable in alien kind of way.
Yeah.
Okay, now for his head. So we're going to give him a few little furry parts on top in the middle of his head. So we'll draw a few zigzaggy lines. 1, 2, and 3. Right in the middle. Yeah. And then we're going to bring a curved line down and draw a circle and back around to where those zigzaggy fur was. Okay? Okay, let's do it. And we'll try to keep as close to his eyes and mouth as possible. Yeah. Okay, it's really coming along, huh? Okay, now for his ears. So we'll draw a curved line out and back in, but for this little detail on Stitch's ear, he has this kind of almost like a bite mark on the side of his ear. So we're going to draw a curved line out and around, but notice we're going to do one little indent, a little V shape in for a little bite mark on his ear.
I'm gonna do it on the other ear.
There's one more on the other ear too. And then we're going to draw a little fold right in the inside of Stitch's ear right here with a little curved line down. Yeah, so that's the outside part of his ear and that's the inside part of his ear. And we'll draw one more ear on this side, and on this left ear, or his right ear I should say, the little indent, the dent, or the bite mark I guess, is on top. Okay? So we'll draw a curved line and back around, but do a little triangle inwards and out, kind of like a little mouth. And then bring it all the way back in for his ear. And we'll draw one more diagonal line for the ear fold. Okay, how are you doing?
Good.
Okay, amazing. Now for his arms. Let's draw a curved line out from where his head is right here. Good. And then a bump the other way. That's his part of his paw, I guess. And then he has these 4 fingers or claws, or I guess fingers. So we're drawing these rectangular bumps, 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, nice. And then we'll make sure we know where the body is actually by drawing a curved line down where his body would be, all the way to where the egg is. And then we'll draw one big smiley connecting from the body to those bumpy fingers. And then from his fingers, we're gonna draw spikies for his claw. And then let's draw a circle right in the middle, because that's where his little paw is. Okay, same thing on this other side. So a little curved line out from his head and a slight bumpy the other way. And then these rectangular fingers, 4 of them, coming from his hand. Good job. And then we'll draw a big smiley all the way to his body for the rest of his arm. And then we'll draw these spiky claws on the 4 fingers again, and a circle for the inside of his paw. Yeah. And then let's draw a little bit of these furry zigzags in the middle of his body again. Just for the fur. And then I'm gonna draw 2 curved lines on the inside for the inside part of his belly too. And we can connect it actually all the way to his head. Yeah! That's it! That's Stitch!
Yay!
He's kind of scary looking, huh? You wouldn't expect him to come out of an Easter egg. Okay, let's try it out. An egg!
Yeah.
What's an egg doing here? Let's check out what's inside. And pop! Ah! Stitch! What are you doing in here? Okay, so we're gonna get coloring. And Artalong friends, be sure to decorate the Easter egg a cute, nice way so that nobody would suspect a mischievous Stitch would be inside. All right.
Does Stitch have a family?
Yeah, Stitch gets a family, and that's Lilo and her older sister. And it's his Ohana. Ohana means family.
Oh. But did he ever have a real family?
No, because he was created by a scientist. Did you know it's also April Fool's?
Today?
No, on April Fool's.
Oh.
We're gonna go scare Dad with this Easter egg. As an April Fool's joke, we're gonna use our pop-up Easter Stitch on Dad.
Yeah.
He's gonna be so surprised. Okay.
Let's practice.
A beautiful Easter egg!
Oh, look. It's so beautiful. It's rainbow sitting on the hot sand. Stitch!
Stitch, what are you doing in here?
Yeah.
Well, Artalong friends, come draw an Easter Stitch with us.
Bye. See you next time.
See ya!